Hi, everyone, and welcome back to The Practice Life, this podcast of mini episodes that we drop 2 times a week. Really, just little gems and musings and thoughts and things that are helpful to me. My understanding that for many years of my life, I practiced unconsciously. And I decided what would happen if I would consciously drop in practices throughout my day that kept me on the path, that kept me in alignment, that kept me focused on what the kind of life I say I want. And it makes all the difference in the world, of course. Of course, it does. Today's episode I'm calling Floating into 2025. And here's why. So I know we're dropping this episode about mid-Jan. And it was right at the end of December when I hosted a free public workshop called Find Your True North. And at the beginning of December, I had been gathering my thoughts, putting together an outline. And I would say I was trying to give it a fresh angle, but it was, pretty much the same way we all on the path of personal growth and transformation start a new year. Like, how are you going to kiss the old year goodbye? And how are you going to honor that? And how are you going to create your dreams? And some people might call them goals or resolutions. And about, maybe 4 days before the workshop, I was just overcome with this feeling that 2025 requires something different. The energy of this year is asking us to really step forward into a more leading edge. And what came to me was put away, put away, put everything away. And I'll share with you what I shared in the workshop, which is I started by saying, you're not going to need a notebook and you're not going to need to write anything. And I could tell I was blowing people's hair back. I could tell. And I said, we're not going to do any resolutions. We're not going to make any lists. We're not going to do any vision boards. We're just going to put all that away for 2025. And I knew that was shocking. But I just had this overwhelming sense that here's the deal. The universe, the all wise, all knowing universe, your spirit guides, however you look at the divine and divine guidance, knows everything. The universe does not need one more vision board from you, not one more list of all your requirements, doesn't need a big mapping of all your dreams. Not this year. Not this year. And maybe that'll be appropriate and feel you'll be inspired to return to that at another time. But I say this year, let's do two things. Number one, let's feel the relief of not flogging ourselves up the I gotta achieve something mountain. Let's feel the relief of that. And in that relief, let's find a place of satisfaction. We've come so far. We've grown so much. And it's totally okay that we're not exactly where we want to be yet because the now is so improved. And let's bask a little bit in that improvement. And let's trust that the universe has read all of our lists to Santa. Our universe knows before we think it, before we write the 20 descriptions of it, the universe knows exactly what we want, why we want it, how we want to feel. And maybe this is the year where we back off the specifics. We leave the specifics to the universe and we just put ourselves in the feeling of release, in the feeling of receptivity, in the feeling of satisfaction, that we just really give ourselves a focal point of mood management that allows us to just open our hands and be a magnet, not chasing after the new things we want and the improvements we want, just opening our hands, managing our energy, and just letting things flow toward us. Gosh, that feels like so much relief to me. And that feeling of relief really feels like the releasing of resistance. It's kind of like you walk through your life and you're like, I want, but I'll take it from here. It's like we put up our hands and we block all those things that we're trying to call in because we don't trust, we're not in surrender, we're in so much resistance. We want it, but have you ever done a little visualization where you're thinking about something you want to call into your life, and the next thing you know, you're swirling around all the problems you're going to have once you call it in? That's nothing but resistance. That sends mixed signals to the quantum field. And remember, that law of attraction thing is so powerful. It is so fair. It gives you what you're vibrating at. It's just objective. Yes, here's more, is what it said. Yes, here's more. Yes, here's more. So if you're grousing and complaining and looking for everything that's not working, yes, here's more. Yes, here's more. That is a very eye opening thing to understand. That in the quantum field, it is a big old yes, here's more. So maybe this year, what we do is we find a way to step back and up and look at our lives from more of a bird's eye view, not get down in the weeds and the details. Oh, I like this, but this isn't right yet. And I'm not there yet. And this isn't right yet. We get that bird's eye view and we learn how to just cast a warm smile on our lives. Think about that for a minute. You just close your eyes and you look at all the aspects of your life. You just cast a warm smile. Doesn't matter that you're not where you want to be right now. There's so much good. There's so many wonderful things going on in your life, but those aren't usually the things we focus on. We are hardwired to look for what's wrong, and that is a hindrance to bringing in and manifesting the things you say you want. So that's what I'm doing. First of all, I feel the relief of not flogging myself up a mountain to meet all kinds of goals and resolutions. I am just in relief over that. I'm releasing resistance. Then I'm just casting a warm smile over all the areas of my life and just noticing what delights me, what I think is beautiful, focusing on what's working in my life, focusing on the good stuff in my life, focusing on what feels exciting in my life, focusing on what's bringing me joy right now. And when I start to get the tail of the rest of the story, yes, it's bringing me joy, but I really want to improve on this. I shut it down. I shut it down. I come back to focusing on the feelings, excitement, delight, beauty, joy that hold my energy in a receptive mode. When you're focusing on those things, it's as if your hands are open and you have now put yourself in a receptive mode where you are now a match to all those more wonderful things. You focus on beauty, the universe says, yes, here's more. You focus on the good stuff in your life, the universe says, yes, here's more. You focus on the exciting things in your life or the things that bring you excitement, yes, here's more. You focus on the things you love in your life, the universe says, yes, here's more. This is the year to become a magnet. This is the year to stop chasing after things and allow the things that are yours to come to you. This is the year to trust that the universe will deliver. And I am telling you, here's what it feels like to me. Half a month in, I am floating down the river of ease, of solutions, of inspiration, of positive expectation. It feels so good to be in a receptive state where I know everything's being assembled, everything's making its way to me, and it is my number one job to manage my energy so my door is open to receive it. Try it with me this year. Let's see how it works for you. Let's see how it feels for you. One of the ways I manage my energy is my practices. So if you are interested in adding a fantastic daily practice to your life, go to sherrysalata.com/free network. You do a little sign up thing. It's totally free. And there's a free download there for you called Morning Magic Practice. And it's a way to start your day by managing your energy right in that receptive place. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'll see you next time.